All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now live on Sportswire Radio on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and sportswireradio.org. And you're about to see a little bit of history here. And we're going to have our first ever match live on Sportswire Radio. If you thought things got crazy earlier today where we saw good old KR and Necro Daddy Chris Levitt make round 2 on Sportswire Radio, certainly one for the ages, wait until you see. Not only do we get our first ever match in Sportswire Radio history, we're going big for a world title, and yours truly is going to be on the call for that DKW World Championship. Almost kind of like the pre-show to tomorrow afternoon's DKW, IMF, everybody else in between King of the Center show. So really excited about it. We're going to see Joe Stone and Freddie Daniels here shortly. So definitely, I promise you will not want to miss this one. You're going to see how bad of a job I do on commentary. I will never want to stream a match again ever on Sports by Radio history. I'm only kidding, but we're very excited about that. Also, I want to wish a very happy birthday to Mr. Joe Stone. I want to say hello to my buddy Ace Reed. Ace, you're going to want to stay tuned in for this because we have the first ever match live in Sportswire Radio history to be streamed right now. So I promise you, this is going to be one that you will not want to miss. Definitely be there. Join the conversation. We're waiting for the guys to go on here shortly. So give them a little bit of time. And if you're on YouTube, give the IMF a sub, IMF Wrestling 666. We're really proud to endorse the show. I've donated personally. We're going to have a slew of stars on after the show. So definitely make sure that you will want to go anywhere else but upcoming here in shortly as Joe Stone and Freddie Daniels get ready to have our first ever match. And hang on tight for station identification here. There we go. It looks like we're about to go live here shortly. So this is one for the ages. Not only are we getting a match, we're getting a world championship match. So this is definitely one that we're all excited about here shortly. So, and here he is, ladies and gentlemen. He is coming out. He has been one of the more interesting characters in the IMF the last few months, and he doesn't have his briefcase with him. He doesn't need it because he is going to compete for the DKW World Championship. His name is none other than Mr. Freddie Daniels. And if we saw what happened at Winter Clash a couple of months ago, this is kind of where this all unfolded. It all started. So we're going to see what Freddie Daniels brings to the table. It's been a rather interesting last few months for him. So Freddie's in the ring already. And ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting here for the birthday boy himself, the reigning, defending DKW Champion of the World. He's here live. His name is Joe Stone. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the champ in a rather confident-like entrance here. And we see him coming in here, and he has traveled a long way for this. And now it's about to get really interesting right now, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Stone is here defending his championship. He came miles away from this, especially after what Freddie Daniels had did to him with that challenge. And kind of, we saw the early positions, but here we go. Our announcer is going to introduce us to the ladies and gentlemen. Let's hang on tight.
But if we're going to make history, we're going to do this thing right. This championship match is now a triple threat.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, another participant. Let's see who we got to come out, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. This got even further interesting here. It looks Felix Jones is here, and he's the third participant for the DKW World Championship. It doesn't get any better than this here on Sportswire Radio, and we're about to go to the action, so let's go into it. And ladies and gentlemen, let's stay as the guys are getting ready to go out there in the ring.
Ready? Bring that belt.
All right, it's match time now. These three participants here, they certainly are familiar with each other, but we haven't seen them all in the ring simultaneously. Oh, boy, here's Joe Stone. Boy, look at here we go. Freddie Daniels and Joe Stone here. Smart move here by Felix Jones and Bob staying on the outside, letting these two guys kind of battle it. 1, 2, That was a 2. Definitely 2 there, not a 3. So there we go, a little bit more. And we see these guys just, and it looks like Felix is kind of waiting around. An interesting tactic. And here we see Joe Stone and Freddie Daniels. Smart move here, puts him in a hole here. And there he goes, reverses it. And he's got him tight. Now let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. Nice reversal there. Roll up. Nope, not quite there at 3. And Joe Stone kind of staggers to his feet. And he comes back up, and there we go. Oh boy, that was a knee buster there, and hits him right, and he's there in the corner of the ropes. And now it looks like slowly biding his time methodically. Felix Jones, and there's Freddie running across the ropes, and there's Joe Stone from there. Boy, what a kick there! I mean, Felix Jones certainly is positioned himself to be a rather high flyer of late, rather interesting guy throughout the past year in the IMF. And there's Felix, and here we go, boom, boom. There's some punches there, some stiff shots, and the champion's kind of dazed a little bit there. Here comes Felix, and Felix turns around, and boy, hits him there with kind of a side elbow. Comes back, and another knee to the chin there, and a 1, 2, and it looks like Freddie breaks that up here. So another fast start here from both wrestlers. Felix kind of was very methodical, but now here we go. A little nice reversal there. Freddie has really been impressive the last 4 or 5 months here. Kind of this new edge for Freddie Daniels. Really put himself in a position to be in the oh boy, nice reverse sit down powerbomb. 1, 2, and just breaks up that count at 2. And you kind of see a little bit of Joe Stone and what he's able to do. And Joe's back out there and gets on his feet. Now we see Freddie kind of struggling a bit to come back, but now those guys kind of fight it out a little bit. And there once again goes Joe Stone, and Joe Stone's got Freddie right there. And there's Freddie struggling. Both guys are down, and now Joe Stone's got the champion's advantage. And here comes Freddie from behind and starts now to pummel our DKW World Champion, who won it in impressive fashion against Matthew Forsaken late summer. And Freddie's got him down, but a slow count. 1, 2. Oh, that was a close one. That might have been the closest count of the night here. For those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, if you're watching here for the first time, our first ever match, and boom, there's a roll up. 1, 2. Oh, boy, that was by the skin of his teeth. And Freddie very smartly goes back out in the ring and lets kind of Joe Stone and Felix Jones battle it out here. Yes, for the first time on Sportswire Radio, if you're tuning in, you're getting our first ever match. That's right, first ever match on our platforms, first of many here. And it looks like Felix and Joe Stone are back at it. And we see kind of a trading of the punches here. And these two guys have certainly been very impressive in their respective promotions the past year. And a nice little low kick there from Felix Jones. And hit him with a moderate super kick, and there's Freddie to break that up, and we get sort of a hit. 1, 2. Almost there, almost. And thank you those here for tuning in on Sportswire Radio for the first time. And here's Freddie Daniels. He got him in kind of a reverse fashion here, but it's going to be 1, 2, and boy, very, very slowly gets him out there. But you've got here Felix is hitting him hard from behind, and Felix has really had the upper hand at this early start. And if you're out here on Sportswire Radio for the first time, make sure you hit that sub button, Sportswire Radio 6579. Felix is getting ready, and cannonball! There it was, cannonball. Of course, our buddy should be 1, 2, and boy, Joe Stone just slowly gets up there and is able to make that save and keep his title and certainly keep it from the hands of Felix Jones. And there's Felix. Oh my God, reverse, and nope, he's not going to get him there. But there goes Freddie Daniels to throw. Felix Jones at 1. Well, no count there. Broke it up. And now we see a little bit of fight there. Nice reverse elbow drop. 1, 2. Ooh, and Felix just pushes him out. Otherwise, we're looking at a brand new DKW World Champion. And Freddie's thrown from the outside, and now we see a battle of a back and forth between the two stalwarts of the IMF. And obviously, let's certainly see what happens. And boy, a lot of reverse theirs, and looks like we're going to see now Felix come back on his feet, and there's just a devastating kick, and Joe Stone is down for the first time. Joe Stone looks like he's very much vulnerable as the DKW World Champion, and there's Freddie. Freddie's just He's dazed and confused, kind of like his gimmick right now. And let's see if Felix can kind of finish the job here. And if you're watching on Sportswire, this is our first ever live match between the DKW World Champion Joseph Freddie Daniels and Felix Jones. And we've got a 1, 2, and just in the nick of time that was broken up. And boy, that was really something that I think a lot of people were looking at here. And here comes Joe Stone and see a little bit of a conversation there with the referee. I wonder what that was about, but obviously we'll see what happens here. But and there we go. Boy, kind of reversed him. Smart move there by Felix Jones. Very smart move. And here's Felix just kind of waiting for his moment. And yes, it's our first ever match, Trinity Parker, and that's what you're seeing here live on Sportswire Radio for the DKW World Championship. And Freddie Daniels has got the briefcase in the IMF, and Felix Jones, a young up-and-coming stalwart here in the IMF. We've seen him in a number of different places, and right now Freddie has got the upper hand, and Freddie's got all the momentum in the world right now. And he's slowly biding his time, and kind of interesting move there. The chance to be a champion, the weight there, and you have to wonder if that's going to be a difference here, and if he doesn't win the DKW title. And there's more from Freddie Daniels. Freddie has been very impressive so far. We're going to see Freddie's experience here working it in hand here. But now we see the men that have been feuding the last 2 months. Here we go, Joe Stone and Freddie Daniels. You got Freddie Daniels has got him in a hold, in a submission hold, and it looks like when Joe Stone reversed this, we have a count here. With 1, 2, and Felix just in the nick of time once again kind of is able to put him down there and save a 3 count. And here's Felix once again with Freddie Jones, and he's got him up in a fireman's carry. Turns, goes to sleep. Here is it. 1, 2, 2. And I tell you what, if that wasn't a 3 count, if I'm Felix Jones right now, I am definitely really kicking myself because I thought that was a 3, and that was really close. That was as close of a 3 count as you've seen yet, especially on Sportswire Radio. And here's Joe Stone. Joe is continuing to go back at it, and looking here, Joe and Freddie, and spare! 1, 2, ooh. Almost in the nick of time, and Felix has certainly got his fans. I want to tell the Jules NYC, Ace Reed, of course, the Wired Up podcast, and Felix is kind of figuring out what to do, who to go after, and he goes right after Freddie Daniels, and we get a double super kick from both of these stalwarts in the DKW and IMF. But there we go, and wait, 1, 2, ooh, I tell you what, another 1 here. How many times has Felix Jones been this close? And we got 1. Dude, not going to happen there. That's too early there. Too early. You're not going to get that to be a finish. But we see more of it. Felix is ready to throw Joe Stone from the outside, and Joe kind of falls and certainly falls close to the. And we've got Freddie Daniels and Joe Stone, and they're frozen in time, but they come right back up, and we're ready to go jump off. What a move. Almost a DDT off the rope. Is that going to be it? 1, 2. Oh, my God. That was just in the nick of time, and we see hello to James Taylor, the nemesis James Taylor. You see in the first ever match in Sportswire Radio history live for the DKW Championship between Joe Stone and Freddie Daniels. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's it. Joe Stone fighting away, and he retains his DKW World Heavyweight Championship on his birthday nonetheless, and he is going to be forever a trivia question. Ladies and gentlemen, in Sportswire Radio history, you will remember where you were on Friday, February the 16th, 2024, in the first ever match for the DKW World Championship. Joe Stone retained his championship, which he won, successfully defeating Matthew Forsaken for it. There's Joe Stone. Oh, you see those Joe stance, and congratulations to you, Joe Stone, and you are certainly going to be forever a trivia question in Sportswire Radio history. First match for a world championship. He retains the title, and now it kind of gets a little quiet, and we thank those guys for participating. Also, Freddie Daniels and Felix Jones, we wish them but what a match that was. And if you're on Sportswire Radio, yes, you saw the first ever match in our company's history, and we've got a slew of talent that's going to come on here and talk about all things related to tomorrow's King of the Center show. So obviously, we're going to wait and bring on a couple of people here first to talk about what's going to be their matches. So let's get right to them. I think we're waiting for the resident rock star Sean Jovi to come on. I think we're waiting on him. We're waiting on a few other people. So if you're out there, and while you are out there, we wait for more people to pop in. This is the show itself. It starts coming up here on the 17th tomorrow, and then obviously we're waiting for everybody else, and we're waiting for, I think we've got Joe Stone's going to come on here in an interview. So Joe Stone, if we can get you here on to talk about your victory, we definitely want to bring you on, and we're going to get reactions live from the champion. So hang on tight for station identification here. We're waiting for Joe Stone to make an appearance live on Sportswire Radio to talk about his successful defense in retaining his DKW World Championship. So hang on tight. And it looks like I think we have the champion here. So, well, we got Sean Jovi first. So I'm going to wait for the resident rockstar. I think we're waiting for Joe Stone, the reigning defending DKW champion, who is the first ever person in the history of our platform to have wrestled a match. So hang on tight. I think we're waiting for Joe Stone. I've sent him. There we go. He's here live with us. And I want to say hello to Mr. Joshua Allen, TBW owner. And what you're about to see is live reactions from the first ever match in Sportswire Radio history. And he's now live and here and fresh off a successful defense. What a birthday. What a day it's been for you, Joe Stone. It's like this is your day, and congratulations on retaining the DKW championship. A trivia question in Sportswire Radio history, wrestling the first match, first one for a championship, retaining it. You got so many people out here in the world wanting to know, and companies out there like TBW, James Taylor. If you liked what you saw tonight, anytime stream your shows live on our platform, and I guarantee I'll do a better job than JR, Michael Cole. I'll do a better job than Tony Schiavone and everybody else out there. So not too bad for my first match. Joe Stone, congratulations. Happy birthday. Talk about what it feels to retain your championship, being a part of the first ever match in Sportswire Radio history.
Thank you, Tom. It feels amazing. I just got out. As you know, I retained, man. That was definitely a challenge, but I got it, Tom.
Talk about, it was supposed to be one-on-one. We saw what happened at Winter Clash where, you and Freddie Daniels, we kind of saw a little bit of the early kind of teasings of that. And then Felix Jones enters this match, and Felix Jones, is able to kind of slowly bide his time and work his way into the match. And for all intents and purposes, at least 2 or 3 occasions, could have walked away with your championship. How are you able to overcome that triple threat and Felix Jones and what he added to the match? Talk about how you overcame that.
Well, honestly, Tom, there were a couple times that it did come close. I thought I almost lost it. But
I thought there was one particular point. It was 1, 2. I swear it was 3. It was like 2 9/10 almost.
There were some close calls, Tom, but I don't know. There must have been some miracle. I really I don't know how, but
well, I think God was overlooking you. It was your birthday. He was like, you know what? It's your day, and forever on February 16, 2024, we're going to remember this day on Sportswire Radio history because the first ever match in our platform's history, you wrestled in it for your championship, and you retained it. So not too bad, right?
Oh, Tom, it was great. It was an honor to be the first match on Sportswire history.
I wouldn't have won any other person. Listen, Dean Allmark, R.P. Davis, Tony Khan could have asked me to bring on Sting for his final match here instead. I would have said, you know what, Danhausen even. I would have turned Danhausen down because I wanted Joe Stone to be here. It didn't matter. I didn't want Rock. I didn't want Roman. I didn't want Cody. I didn't want to care about finishing the story. I wanted Joe Stone to be our first ever person to wrestle on Sportswire Radio Live, and also to top it for your DKW World Championship, which you successfully retained. Doesn't get any better than this.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it greatly. It really is an honor.
Stones! So, Joe, what are you going to do? People would say before we bring everybody else and let you go celebrate, people when they win the Super Bowl, they say, I'm going to go to Disney World and I'm going to go and celebrate and have a parade. What are you going to do? Are you going to now go to, maybe Disney World? Oh, no, actually, you're going to be wrestling tomorrow right here from a birthday. So you have no celebration, no day off. You better go out and chug a big gulp and have a Big Mac or 2 and get some good night's sleep and be ready to wrestle tomorrow in the King of the Center.
Yes, that's true. I do have another match tomorrow. Huh? I also I'd like to take a nice long ice bath after this. That's what I want to do.
Well, especially after what we saw in the ring, after what you dealt with Freddie Daniels, No Slouch, and Felix Jones, you definitely earned it. Congratulations. Is there anything else you want to say to your fans, your family, everybody out there in DKW, and everybody tomorrow that's going to see you at the King of the Desert? Any other final thoughts you want to say before we let you go get to that ice bath, my friend?
You know what, Tom? There's
Sure.
somebody out there that I'd like to throw a challenge at. And that man is Omen Black.
Whoa. Are you sure you want to do that? I mean, you were impressive. But are
Tom,
you sure
I'm
you
on
want to
his
work
show
for
right
Uncle
now. I'm on his show, and it looks like I'm the champ. So I think I do want to do that. I want to throw that challenge out to Omen Black.
Well, he's going to be here later tonight because it is his show after all. So I'm going to certainly say, I hope you didn't sign your death certificate.
Well, Tom, as you said earlier, I do have another match tomorrow, so maybe not now, but sometime in the future, I will.
Smart man. You know what,
I
Joe?
will be facing Omen.
Congratulations, Joe. You have. I said I wouldn't have wanted any other person to have been our first match here live on Sportswire Radio, and I want to out here watching any promoter, any company. If you like the job that I did on commentary, you just wait till I do more matches, have more experience under my belt. And like I say, they don't call me the voice of all wrestling for nothing. And I'll guarantee you, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, anybody else out there, I'll put my money on yours truly, and I'll guarantee you that I'll call your match here anytime, and we'll certainly get a lot of people that I think will have something to talk about for years to come. But obviously, Joe, I know you're a busy man, and congratulations, and also some here for the first.
I appreciate you.
Sean Jovi, the resident rock star, he will talk about his match and everything else. So let's go get right to it. And I think I also have a backyard nightmare that we're going to bring on here. So, Joe, I'm going to let you go because I know you have to go celebrate and go get to that ice bath. So I'm going to let you move off, which I can't. Oh, there. We're going to get you off the screen. And I have you, Sean. What this is?
Yes. I love it. I love it.
I think I'm about to have somebody up next. Actually, I actually am going to hold off on Craven Rage. He's after you, but Sean Jones.
Oh, good. He can wait.
He's gonna. Oh, he'll wait all night because after what we just saw, we certainly know we're living on a prayer tonight. But we're only halfway there because Sean Jovi, the resident rock star, is here. And my friend, it's good to be with you. And I will try my best to fix the audio. Somebody said my audio is cutting out. That could be.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
It's on the. It's probably a Wi-Fi issue. I'll fix that in a second. But Sean Jovi, it's great to be with.
Always a pleasure.
So I'm going to give you the floor and tell us what we can expect tomorrow at King of the Center.
Well, as I mentioned last time on your show, Tom, I declared that I was putting this on the line throughout the entire tournament. I'm still confident. My knee's raring to go. All good and raring to go. I'm ready for this. So I don't care if I have to face Craven, Mephisto, his cat, his dog, his uncle, anybody. I don't care. I do not care who I have to face because the fact is going to remain the same that I am exiting King of the Center as the undisputed King of Center and Rock, baby, and still the Interstate Champion.
We spoke about this when we inducted you into the Hall of Fame a few weeks ago. A lot of pressure, though. You know what? And I obviously have your shirt, so it's a special moment. And I actually made sure that I'm wearing this shirt again. But obviously, in terms of holding this championship, you want to be King of the Center, but there's a lot of pressure now. You've got, Oxy Boy is in the wings, and he's waiting for you again. And, talk about if there's a lot of pressure on you coming up tomorrow.
Oh, there's a lot of pressure. I mean, I've had more attention in my career than I've had ever these past few months. And I can thank you for the vast majority of that. But I'm focused. I'm ready. Like I said, I'm I'm not backing down. There is no way in hell I'm losing this title tomorrow in this tournament. You would have to kill me to take this from me.
Well, I mean, obviously that's a great point, and I know people are telling me I may have an audio issue, but I'm going to do the best I can to fix it. But in terms of, we're going to bring on some other people at once here. It looks like I'm going to bring on somebody that does want to talk. That is none other than the Backyard Nightmare, the ruler of the Craven Rage. Yes, he is here, and I am going to bring on. I think we have him here waiting in the wings. None other than Mephisto. And gentlemen, how are you? In Craven Rage, you make your long-awaited return back to Sportswire Radio, and I'm going to go to you first. And Craven Rage, a lot on the line for you once again. It's not been the last few months that you've hoped for, but we'll see if your fortunes will reverse to what they were the past 2 years prior to this fall. So tell us, what can we expect from you this weekend, tomorrow, IMF King of the Center?
Simple, Tom. Thank you for having me back on the show again. This is your show. 3 things is going to happen. 1, I am going to steal the show.
Who's this guy in the mask, brother?
And 2,
your worst nightmare.
I am going to take away something that the foundation took away from me.
And that would be a Facebook Messenger post, I would assume, right?
And 3,
okay, well, we're
I
waiting.
also have announcement because I can invoke my rematch clause for any championship. Thanks to management.
Management gave you a genie in the lamp or what?
Oh, management gave me everything.
Yeah,
I can't done.
Imaginary.
So,
how many
any title
did MJ make you suck this time?
Any title I choose, my choice, I can go after.
MJ must really like you. I know Mark Packer doesn't, but MJ must really like you.
So,
I wonder how this is all possible, but Craven Rage, so you mean to tell us, for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, that you get a rematch for not only could possibly be your former all-out championship, but any WC championship? And I may even be looking at one right there that the resident rock star, Sportswire Radio's resident rock star, Sean Jovi has. You could mean to tell us that you could even want a title shot at that?
I can go after the interstate. I can go after the hardcore title. I can go after the IMF title. Hey, I'm not coming alone. I can even go after tag titles if I wanted to.
Oh.
So
yeah, go for the tag titles. That sounds like a good place for you, Craven.
So I just gotta bring my contract with me.
Now we know, Craven Rage, you have a match with Joe Stone tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. You have a match, and I was wondering how does this change your match here upcoming for tomorrow?
I've seen Joe Stone. He's good. He's very talented.
Just to put an end to the rest, Craven gets no IMF title shot.
He owns this shit.
None. And that's what it is, my man. You know what it is.
Well, I certainly understand that Craven and WC, you get a shot. So tomorrow is going to be, from what you're telling us here, the beginning of what we may expect for you is a reversal of the fortunes that you've struggled with of late before I get to Mephisto. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. And I'm hoping the United States champion make it to the second round, because I already know he got to deal with Nicholas Crenson. That should be an easy for him.
Okay, so in the interest of time, because I've obviously got to move on to more people. Mephisto, always good to be with you. You've certainly established yourself as one of the favorites here upcoming tomorrow. So tell us, for those that are listening and watching, what can we expect from you tomorrow at the King of the Center?
Brother, you can expect one thing and one thing only. This U.S. title is going to be there to be shown off. And this is going to be on my head, brother. Oh, yeah. Glisten like my head does when it's sweaty, brother. I tell you what. I want to see anyone trying to come take this from me, brother. You guys can try, but it's mine, brother. I'm here. Possession's 9/10 of the law.
So obviously you want more gold, but this time gold on your head.
Brother, I've read in storybooks that Uric the Viking was in, and I heard that a king was a pretty good thing around these parts, so I thought may as well take my my time and go for one.
Okay, fair enough. And for you, Sean Jovi, tell us what anybody that gets into the ring with you is going to have come in their way.
Simple, Tom, and it's the simplest phrase I've been saying that all these years. Their ass is going to get kicked so hard, they'll be living on a prayer for today, tomorrow, forever.
And before we move back on to Craven Rage, Ace Diamond, good to be with you, our eye of professional wrestling. And alongside you and Mephisto, I wanted to get your reactions and what can we expect from Mephisto from your vantage point tomorrow afternoon at the IMF's King of the Center.
You're already looking at it. He's got his belt. He's going to get that crown. He's going to be the king champion, two combinations. He rules the universe, or he did until he got sick of that. Just
Lose. I got tired and bored of it.
Hey, he was the best intergalactic champion of all time and the longest.
I appreciate that, Jovi. I appreciate you having his back there.
Okay, so let me ask everybody individually in the interest of time, because I do have to move on. I'll say back hello to people in a second. But let's go with Craven Rage first. Craven Rage, the backyard nightmare, the one-time ruler of the yard. What would it mean to you to win the King of the Center tomorrow afternoon?
Well, it's gonna mean a lot to me because that as the ruler of the yard once I win this tournament. But Sean, fear is not real, but nightmares are. Good luck, because you definitely gonna need it. You might not make it through that whole tournament as champion. I got something very special for you, Sean.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, pal. You might want to start focusing on winning matches first, okay?
Mephisto,
You're on quite the losing streak, pal. I've been on the winning rise ever since I joined the foundation.
you haven't lost since you joined the foundation. I mean, Sean Jovi,
Bingo.
you really have been the guy. Before I get to Mephisto, Sean Jovi's been the guy that everybody talks about in WC. Last night even, we had on the West Memphis kid, Ronnie Brady from Resurrection Wrestling. They're having a show tomorrow, and there was even people talking about the West Memphis kid, Ronnie Brady and Sean Jovi. I've heard through the grapevine up north in Indiana, in Shelbyville, Indiana, they talk about Sean Jovi. They don't talk about Craven Rage anymore. They don't talk about his run. They talk about Sean Jovi, because when it comes to attention, when it comes to what he's done in the ring, when it comes to his charisma, and when it comes to being a resident rock star, it's Sean Jovi that they talk about. They don't talk about yesterday's news. They talk about today's news. So right now, today's news that is popular front and center is the resident rock star, Sean Jovi. And I'm wearing his shirt right now. So we'll have to see what Mephisto, you've also had a lot of success. You're definitely neck and neck, some would say, with Sean Jovi. Obviously, Ace Diamond, I'm going to ask him the same question on your behalf, but I'm going to ask you first in terms of what would it mean to you, Mephisto? I know you're already our IMF US champion. You've been the intergalactic champion. You've certainly had a lot of gold of late. You've certainly come a long way also, but what would it mean to you to win the King of the Center tomorrow?
Well, brother, I think it would mean one thing and one thing only, that the hard work that I put in has finally been paying off. It don't matter who's in this tournament and who I'm against, whether it be Prince, Craven even. I think he seems to forget that Jovi ain't the only threat in this tournament. But all that aside, brother, this win will just do nothing but push me to the top. But I'm sorry, Jovi, I like you. You're my intergalactic, interstellar buddy. But it's not personal, brother. It's all business. And business is booming, brother.
Business is booming.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll see if business does that. Although a man that's going to be here at the end of the show, Tommy the Man Merriman, says this is the first time he's heard of Sean Jovi. But I can tell you firsthand that there's many people in the XCW locker room that know a lot about Sean Jovi. But Ace Diamond, on behalf, before I get to final thoughts for everybody else, what would it mean for obviously the man that you work side by side with, Mephisto, to win the King of the Center from your vantage point?
You know, Tom would be big. I don't. It's so big. I don't even have to describe it. You know, Mephisto and me, we've done a lot together, and this is one big thing. But you know, I got to call you out on something. I didn't like you talking Joe Stone up. I know he won earlier and all, but he had two great young competitors he was against. I've had my eye on both of them, and I think they equally deserved to be in that match. They deserve to be on your first match. Now, I think you sold them short, and that disappoints me, Tom.
No, I'm going to cut you off. Actually.
He did win. He did win.
No. I'm going to cut you off. So you're going to sit down, and you're going to listen to me speak. I praised them. They were great opponents, but who won the match? So it's my platform, and I'm going to say who was the person that won the match. When you go get a platform and you decide who you want to have on, you're welcome to do that. But Joe Stone was the winner of the match. I appreciate that, but definitely they were praised in the match. I talked about Felix's strengths. I talked about Freddie Daniels in the ring, but the facts is that Joe Stone won the match. So you may be the eye of professional wrestling, but I'm looking at your eyes right now, and it's my platform, and I'm going to call out whoever I see and congratulate them. So yeah, pull the eyes up. There, pull them up, pull them right back up, put them up. I want you to look. I want you to look real close.
I'm looking, Tom.
Turn over to the center. Turn over to the center, because the left eye, I want to see both eyes. It's my platform, buddy. You go start your own station. You go start your own platform. You may be the eyes of professional wrestling, but you might want to go get them a little bit examined. So I'm going to cut you off, and I'll tell you when you have the opportunity to speak. But thank you very much for telling me how to do my job. I'll make sure how to tell you how to do your job.
Dang.
Mephisto's a success. I'm doing my job good. I didn't mean that much disrespect to you.
Let's see how successful he is tomorrow, and we'll see when you come back on next month if your client won the King of the Center. But until then, I thank you, and I appreciate your comment. But again, who won the match? And who will be the trivia question on February 16th? No, you're going to hold that thumb down. On February 16th, 2024, the first ever person that won a match here on Sportswire Radio for the DKW Championship was Joe Stone, and Felix Jones and Freddie Daniels were very worthy competitors. But the fact of the matter is that Joe Stone walked away with the DKW Championship, and I have no doubt that those guys will come back, and I'm sure they will claim gold, no doubt, at any given time in the future. But again, it's my platform. You don't tell me how to do my job. Just like I don't tell you how to do your job. You go focus on your client, focus on being the eyes of the professional wrestling, and I thank you very much for those comments. In the interest of time, because I got to bring on more people, I'm going to give everybody final thoughts. Craven Rage, you're going right back around the room. Craven Rage, what do you want to say to any of your opponents potentially, and what do you want to say for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio why you're going to walk away with the King of the Center?
I'm gonna walk in King of the Center to steal the show. Also, I'm gonna walk out as a champion, and I'm gonna blow the kiss at the fans and say, "Fuck you, Foundation."
Boy, it's getting hot here on Sportswire these last few minutes. I like it. I think the people like it, because the people like a difference of opinions. Definitely. Mephisto, I'm going to go with you next. Mephisto, tell anybody any final thoughts and anything else that's on your mind. And I'm wishing you a lot of luck tomorrow, and floor is yours.
Just a warning to everyone there. I'm the biggest, strongest person that's going to be there. So count your stars lucky if you're not against me. I'm like that man, Nicholas Crenson. Pulled my number first round. Sorry for hitting, brother, but one message to you, Prince. You better hope we don't get lined up, brother, because I got some receipts coming your way. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, receipts. I'll tell you what, Nicholas Crenton, another person that struggled quite a bit, and he may have drawn his unlucky number. We'll have to find out for sure. Ace, I'm giving you the floor. We'll certainly see if you give me some Ace-like comments, and fire away before tomorrow.
You know, Mephisto is just one of 8 great competitors. Every win that you get is a big one, and he's going to get 3 in a row. And I really hope Jovi's in the finals because I'd love to add some more gold to Mephisto's shoulders.
Well, you know what? Good comments. We'll certainly see. I'm looking forward to that. The resident rock star, I'm turning over to you last. I'm giving you the floor. You know the deal. You've done this thousands of times, and that's why I'm saving you for last. The floor is yours. What do you want to say before we hear from everybody else?
Mephisto, Ace, I hope to God you guys make it to the finals because I would be honored to have a champion versus champion bout and retain this and wear that little crown you were wearing earlier that you think you already won. And as for Craven, gravy. Here, let's just put it this way: you can take that little genie in a lamp title shot you got. You can call upon the genie that lives in it, and you can have your little make-a-wish of getting any title you want. But by the time I'm done with you, Craven, if you choose me, you're going to be a make-a-wish kid by the time I'm done with you.
Ooh, well, you know what?
That's the wish you're going to be living, pal.
You know,
you're going to be making wishes for me.
That means will give you a bit.
Your wish might come true, Sean.
But you know what? We're going to see if we're going to be halfway there toward that. But I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we got 3 great competitors here in that tournament. We're going to certainly find out. That's going to be tomorrow. You want to go to the IMF Wrestling 666 on YouTube, IMF Wrestling on Facebook, Iowa Midwest Wrestling Federation, and also Instagram, IMF_wrestling. Fellas, I wish you a lot of luck. I certainly look forward to doing this again next month with all you guys. Keep up the great work. Thank you for your time, and we'll see everybody here soon. And I have no doubt we'll see if some of you guys have multiple gold and others try to reclaim what they once had for 500 days. Thank you, everybody. Gentlemen, we're going to wait here for our next participants, and we are waiting here for Dark Cron. We're waiting for Dark Cron here, and if you're on Sportswire Radio for the first time, make sure you give us a sub. We're on YouTube at Sportswire Radio 6579. I want to say hello, obviously, to Josh Rowland. Yes, Resurrection Wrestling is on as well tomorrow. It's a different time, but if you're out there, they're on TikTok at Resurrection Wrestling, but the IMF, which we're here for, is at IMF Wrestling 666, and I want to say hello to, speaking of somebody, of course, the reigning defending DBW World Champion, Mr. Judgment. How you doing, Mr. Judgment? I'm looking forward to having you back on the show here next month, and also I am waiting here for, it looks like, there we go. You know what? We're going to move this off because he is here, back by popular demand. And I just felt like I saw you a week and a half ago, inducting you into the Hall of Fame. But now I see you flesh in the wound. And before the show tomorrow, less than 24 hours away, Dark Cron, obviously our 31st member of our Hall of Fame. My friend, how you doing? And talk about what can we expect from you and this tag team championship match, where we know we were kind of talking about it last week on the show in terms of who's going to be with you.
You know what to expect. You know what to expect. I'm bringing them titles back to the foundation. That's where they belong. It's where all the gold belongs.
Well, it looks like the foundation could have once again another big weekend ahead, and obviously we'll have to see. I mean, you know, in terms of who we've talked about this and who we may have. I mean, is there, you know, have we come close to a decision yet? Have we come into any thoughts? I mean, you're here now live.
I know everybody's itching to know. You want to know who it is?
Yeah, we're live. I mean, I think this is kind of the moment. I mean, I know it's not going to be Craven Raid because I just saw him on my screen. I asked you that on Tuesday's show last week. I know that's not going to happen. So, I mean, well, it's a good question. Who might it be?
I need to ensure a win. Mm-hmm. I need somebody that knows me very, very well. Somebody that can go into the deep waters with me. There's only one person that's been in those waters with me. Blood in, blood out.
You know, it sounds a little familiar. Wait a minute. Blood. You know, I think I know who that person is, but I can't quite. Wow! No way, ladies and gentlemen. Is it none other than we are all forsaken? Matthew Forsaken, the former DKW champion of the world. You mean to tell us that you're going to be wrestling alongside your brother Darkheart? I mean, I'm stunned.
Tom. It's true. It's
I didn't see
happening.
this one coming from a mile away. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I am stunned by this. I mean, I am like blown away. And there you have it. I mean, that's the screen for the recognizing their Hall of Famers. But I mean,
How can you bet against two
I mean,
Hall of
you have
Famers?
to tell us why this is happening. I mean, I think that this is all stunning.
Why not? Why not? Foundation.
It's gold.
Foundation's taking over everything.
But you guys have had such a wait a minute. Hey, Mephisto, how you doing, Mephisto? Good to see you too, Mephisto. But yeah, well, you know what? Well, we all have fun here on Sportswire. I mean, listen, we certainly have our opinions, but we all do it for entertainment. And shout out to all the guys that just came on before. Ace Diamond, Mephisto, love all the guys. But I mean, with all the history though, you guys have been with each other to hell and back. I mean, this is kind of to me a bit out of left field.
Years.
I feel like the champs aren't worried about you guys.
The champs
They're not here.
Where are the champs? Aren't they supposed to be here, Tom?
Yeah, they're on
We're waiting for them. I mean, let me see if I have them. You know, I don't have them at the moment. I mean, it's a good question.
You need real champions.
See, maybe
You need real champions.
this is a foreshadowing thing. Maybe you never know.
What you guys
real
have been
champs are
through,
here. Why do you
especially
think the
this-
foundation picked us to go into this tag team match to take them titles?
Well, technically, we chose you.
Because they were looking for the best hands. I mean, they were looking to put, I guess, blood is
Well, we chose
what's the old adage? Blood is thicker than water?
What was that?
Blood is thicker than water.
You're right.
Blood is
Can't
thicker
break
than
this
water.
bond. He knows what I'm going to do before I do it. I know
Maybe
what
the
he's gonna do.
maybe the champions are knowing what's best, and that maybe that's why they don't want to show up tonight and
The
talk to you.
champions are afraid. They're going to lose here. They're going to lose here on the mic. They're going to lose tomorrow night in the ring. There's nothing they can do to us, and they know that.
And never stepped in the ring with somebody like me. So
I have
Neither
to
one
ask,
of them has been in the ring with this man.
I have to ask this question, especially we're live on Sportswire Radio, and I've got an announcement in about 8 or 9 minutes. I'm going to actually do something slightly different from this, but I still promised I'd do it. But you put your body through a lot recently, Matthew Forsaken. We asked you that question. We saw what happened in the hardcore title match. We've seen what you've went through these past several months, especially with the likes of an Omen Black. I mean, are you sure you're 100%?
oh yeah, I mean I'm good enough. It doesn't matter. Who's 100%?
Who's ever
What is
100%?
100%? Like I'm still
I don't
here.
know. I mean, that's a good question.
The tag team champions ain't here, but I'm here. Like I'm still ready to fight. I just want to get back in the ring. It's been too
I hope
long.
they show up tomorrow night. I need a match. Does that mean we get the title? Wait, if they don't show up tomorrow, does that mean we get handed the titles?
See, like Jason
No,
Myers.
that's a good
Does that
question.
mean-
I don't know that answer.
Jason Myers and I has had a match once
That's
before in
confirmed.
a cage. So I know what Jason Myers is like, and I know what he knows what I'm like.
And by the way, Jason Myers, just watched him in another promotion, XCW. He defeated
Yeah.
Hunter Halkin. So Jason
I did
Myers
see
right
that
now is
before.
on quite a run. I mean, so there's
Did
no
like
question
that
that Jason Myers, I
Did
would
like that.
certainly, he's no slouch right now.
Oh no, Jason Myers,
I've always said he's the future,
he's good, but
I'll give him
he
that.
hasn't beat me yet. I've already beat him. So
but he still hasn't beat me or him.
All
I've
right, let
already
me
been
ask
in
you. You guys have done a lot. You guys have obviously, in addition to being Hall of Famers, you've held singles gold. You've been champions in different levels. But let me ask you guys this question, especially with now the Foundation Brotherhood uniting you guys. What would it mean to you guys to be the IMF Tag Team Champions tomorrow?
That's a childhood dream. You know that, Tom.
I know that because we talked about those dreams when I inducted you into the Hall of Fame as the 32nd and the 33rd members, where we talked about the fact you guys idolized the
Yeah.
Hardy Boys. You idolized
Yeah.
them. I mean,
And we
you
got
were
the
Jeff, he was
opportunity.
Matt, you were Sean, he was Brett. I mean, this is a really a 30-year dream that you've been building.
And here
upon.
it
We
is.
talked about the fact this all started as humble beginnings to now in a 400 for you guys especially. It's one thing when we have some characters come on. We'll all do but we love obviously Mephisto, we love Rage, Diamond, even Jovi's a
I
hero
love
rock star.
Mephisto. I'm a fan of
Right,
Mephisto.
but what I
Foundation
want to
guy.
say is that for you guys especially, going from the backyard in the schoolyard to being on the ground to the mat and then giving up for years, never knowing if you were going to come back, to now where we are tomorrow afternoon at the Palo Community Center in a 400-seat venue where there's a possibility that it could be announced and new IMF Tag Team Champions of the World, Dark Brown and Matthew Forsaken.
That's a guarantee, Tom.
We Foundation's going to rule everything.
What was the last line you said?
Foundation will rule everything.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now it looks like that the Foundation very well could certainly rule everything here. But obviously we're here on Sportswire Radio. And I mean, so if you guys, obviously this is kind of all sudden for us, but how do you prepare for something like this? I mean, you guys don't necessarily wrestle together as a tag team, at least as far as I've seen. So how are you prepared for this?
We wrestle in the same company, right?
True.
So he's seen me. We've wrestled against each other. We know what each other's like. We know what he's going to do.
I've wrestled him more than he's wrestled anybody else.
Oh, we know that. That's a foregone conclusion.
So we know.
We'll see what we can do together.
We'll see what we can do together. Just imagine the possibilities.
So you guys are basically, you feel like in a way, it's like your eyes are closed. You don't have to basically go out there and prepare. You don't have to plan. You guys know each other so well. Is that correct?
Think of Brothers of Destruction.
True. Kane, Undertaker, sure. Had a lot of battles with each other.
Keep it sweet, short and sweet. Brothers of Destruction.
What are the champs going to do to prepare for us?
Well,
they got nothing on us.
Yeah, well, to be fair, if we're really wargaming it out, they haven't faced two people like you. They haven't been in there in the ring with what you have put your bodies through. They haven't been in there in the ring with guys that arguably in any promotion are quote unquote the foundation, quote unquote foundation building blocks. So there's no question that it went from a Midwest 4 to now you guys are almost like a Midwest gang, and they haven't faced anything like that. I would certainly reckon the fact that, you know, Myers and Stryker have not faced what you guys could do in the ring. And we've all seen what you've done in hardcore matches, singles matches, whether it's in Bremen, Ohio, whether it's here and anywhere else in between. So, I mean, look,
From Iowa to Ohio and everywhere in between.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, what do you want to say then as final words to your opponents tomorrow afternoon in the Palo Community Center?
Well, I hope to see you there. If not, I want to see them titles.
Good question, actually. So now I'm wondering, I don't know if management can answer this question. So if they don't show up, does that mean automatically you guys get awarded the tag team champions? That'd be a great question for management to answer. But I know we're going to bring on our next participants in a few minutes.
Good question.
There we go.
I can answer that. And the fact that the champs felt like they didn't have to show up tonight, one playing with balls on the lane, getting 7-10 bitched. If the champs do not show up tomorrow, then they will relinquish those titles.
Wow, that, you know what? And that's obviously Dirty Donnie giving us that. There we go, Midwest 4. And Dirty looks definitely great there in that swag. Gotta love the Iowa swag. We love Iowa. Of course, Iowa is one of our favorite places to be. And I hope if you're near the area, please go out there and buy a ticket. I have endorsed the show personally. I've bought a ticket. So if you are out there, please go out and support the guys. So there you have it. So that certainly makes it maybe even easier for you guys because we couldn't see the champions live, but because now we know that if they don't even show up, you guys are going to be awarded tag team champions. This is going to definitely be a walk in the park.
That's right. Didn't have to lift a finger. Oh, well, I did have to hold my hand out for that belt.
Maybe the current champs were they already knew their outcome and their fate this weekend.
I think if they put the belts around your waist, you technically don't have to put your hands out.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, so before I bring on Soldier GP and a man that we've been waiting on here for months, Tommy the Man Merriman, what do you want to say? And I'll get to comments in a second. People want to talk to you, and I'm going to open something up on the air. What do you guys want to say as your final words to anybody that's going to watch you claim those tag team championships tomorrow afternoon?
After we take these titles, because that's just a foregone conclusion, we'll accept any and all challenges because we are fighting champions.
We will be fighting champions.
We will be fighting
Once
champions.
we become champions, and we all
We already know.
forsaken.
We already know. They can't even show up.
I do like
They're
saying we're all
not
forsaken. I have
I
that. I hear that like
say it 3 times. I have to.
you have to say it for me, please.
We all shall be forsaken.
I love when I hear that music, like that big, like, da, da. I always like hearing that little music. Play that music more intro. I like to hear it more often. Maybe IMF we do that here, but let me get to, I want to say hello. Yes, DKW and IMF has been a great relationship, and we're so honored that we got to stream the first ever match here on Sportswire Radio. And also, I want to say from Joshua Allen, Mephisto looked like the Madonna of the Ring or something. Well, I mean, certainly, I think his
You don't like Mephisto?
I like Mephisto. His manager, though, was kind of like almost, I don't know if he was chiding me about my commentary performance, but I had to kind of, put him back in line. So, that's one thing. So, but I love Mephisto. I think Mephisto's great. The fans love him. He's giving Sean Jovi a run for his money, and he's the U.S. champion, and he's got a great shot at the King of the Center. But before I let you guys go, I actually have something I promised I would open on the air. And it's here. It's this package from somebody, a worldwide Pez collector named Dame Johnson. Before I bring on my next guest, and I want you guys to see it because you're Hall of Famers on Sportswire Radio. So let me open this up for you. Let's do that here right away. And here we go. I'm going to open this package. There we go. Now, this is the second straight day I've opened up a package I didn't even know about. So let's see what this is. So here we go. We're halfway there. Living on a prayer like Sean Joe here.
Living on prayer. Living on prayer. Foundation. Yeah.
All right, so let's see. All right, so we got it open. Now.
Star Wars.
Well, here's a nice little card here. So somebody wrote me a card from our recent guest, Mr. Worldwide Pez Collector, Dane Johnson. Dane, here, this is what you said for me, Tom. Thanks again for having me on the show. A nice little postcard. Thank you for that. And then it looks like here we have Pez candies. Can you see it here? Let's put them up on the show.
Yeah, we got some Pez.
Ooh, the orange.
Look there.
Pez, and then we have a Pez dispenser right here in front of me. There we go. And how about this? We got basketball, we got baseball, we got hockey, and we got football. Although
Sportswire.
Hopefully we can do wrestling. Yeah, well, but this is very, Dane, I gotta say, this is awesome. This is very cool, very thoughtful, and I can't thank you enough for this. And if you like Pez candy, Dane Johnson, he's on Facebook at Dane Johnson. He's one of the biggest known Pez collectors in the world. I feel like I was on Howard Stern with his show. And thank you, my friend, for the very nice card. I want to pull it up here for the screen. I can't. There we go. Thank you very much for it. Gave me his John Hancock, which is certainly worth something. And that was pretty cool. So I thought that was nice to let you guys see it because you are Hall of Famers. And I think we're about to bring on our next participant. So, gentlemen, we'll certainly see if you not only are Hall of Famers, but add tag team champions to your resume. And it's been quite an evening. And I'll let you guys go and get ready for tomorrow's match. And thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you. We'll see you.
All right. So we're going to move you guys off the screen right now. And I'm going to bring our next two participants. First of all, I'm going to bring our IMF champion of the world, the popular heel monster, Soldier GP. And I'm bringing on a man that he calls himself the man, and a man that I've been waiting for on Sportswire Radio for over 6 months to come on. I almost feel like, should I drop a pipe bomb here and saying that I'm shocked that the company you work for has actually allowed you to come on here. So I have to say the heavens must have opened, or maybe it's hell frozen over, but I am joined here by the match that I've been waiting for a really, really long time here. And that is for the IMF World Championship, a match that I wish I would have saw months ago happen, but it's happening thankfully tomorrow at the Palo Community Center. The popular heel monster Soldier.
You're welcome, by the way, Tommy. You're welcome.
And also the man that, I mean, his resume speaks for itself. Tommy the Man Merriman. Boy, gentlemen, things got really interesting tonight. Good to be with you.
Well, first, I want to announce before we start talking about our match that the opening match tomorrow night is going to be CJ Black versus C Money from ROEW.
Whoa! Oh, that's a great match.
You know, unlike me, because you know I'm a fighting champ, he's not going to defend his title.
Well, you know that's up to ROEW, but I'm looking forward to the match. Great match. But
now back to the woman, Tommy Merriman.
You know, I'm going with Tommy Merriman first. Tommy the Man Merriman, Tommy Merriman, so good to meet you finally on screen. I feel like I've been waiting a long time to bring you on Sportswire Radio. I mean, I can't say on the air how many people I've spoken to in the locker room that we do work for. You might even want to say maybe we're almost like employees together almost. But Tommy Merriman, what do you want to say ahead of tomorrow in one of the matches, like I said, everybody's waiting for in a long time? You and Soldier GP. Floor is yours, Tommy Merriman.
Thank you, sir. Tom, I appreciate you letting me come on the show, onto the Sportswire Radio. And Soldier GP, I'm impressed by your work. I know little about.
I know you saw me straight up do what we destroyed your tag champs.
Yeah,
and you saw that firsthand.
They're not my tag teams, right? And I've hardly been in the tag team division just because I'm better alone. Okay,
I want to see how much better you are.
And we will definitely see tomorrow, okay, at King of the Center, co-main event, Soldier GP against yours truly. And you may have held on to that title for God knows how long. Who even cares? I was Evolution World Champion for a full year. Beat some of the best.
You were Evolution
my ass
champion
beat
for
by
a
the
full
best.
year because you ain't wrestled somebody like me.
That might be true.
See, back then, if I would have wrestled you, you wouldn't have been champion for a year.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to tell you, GP, you know, it's an honor. I appreciate you letting me come to your show, but it was a mistake when you called out the man. When shots were fired, you had no idea what kind of gun you were loading. Okay. So I'm here to tell you, as me, not the man. This is Tommy Merriman speaking. When you called me out, anybody that knows me, I take it personally. Okay. And one thing that I do have to say is that if you think that you're going to walk out the IMF champion, you got another thing coming. Because I am like nothing you've ever faced before. Okay.
Now I can see the same thing to you.
You might be the brawler of IMF, buddy. You have no idea what I'm capable of.
And I already told you, you might be the man in Indiana, but I'm the man in Iowa. And when I challenged the man, I was hoping Becky Lynch would have answered, not you. But we're good. And I'm going to show the world, and I'm going to show XCW, and I'm going to show Fletch himself when he sees this match that Tommy the Man isn't the man anymore.
Is that so? Well, you
know,
got your hands full.
This got real interesting real quick. You know, Tommy Merriman, this is the first time we're seeing you live. Now, obviously, Soldier said a couple things, though, that, you know what, a lot of people right now look at what IMF has done in encounters. I mean, basically, most of the talent outside of XCW has walked all over XCW talent. So Soldier, I mean, in a way, you can't blame him because of what he decimated Slater and Parsley. You know, our first, I know it's not your say, but you wrestled those guys and they dismantled them. I mean, Omen and Soldier almost put them in a
I
deathbed.
watched your last match. You guys lost.
Yeah. With Brady Branson, the one who went. And Brady Branson won the most awards at awards night.
Me and Omen, we destroyed them. And in 2 weeks, when we come back up there for encounters, we're going to destroy them again, and we're going to walk away with your tag team titles, something that you couldn't do. And then tomorrow night, when you come to Iowa, you're coming to Iowa to take an ass whooping, son.
Okay.
And you're going to leave empty-handed. So you better.
Listen, man. I love to disappoint. Okay.
So you better bring an army because, like Dirty says, you know what it is, my man.
But I do want to go back to that Tommy Merriman for a few minutes. I know we only have so much time with both of you guys, and I really hope Tommy Merriman, we have a almost freestyle like once again appearance with you on Sportswire, wink to a nod to a company that we do some business with. But there is a point though that guys have walked into XCW on encounters, and about 70 to 80% of them have walked away with wins, including yesterday. I mean, Jason Myers defeated Hunter Halkin. I mean, Hunter Halkin very well. Yep. You're now going into unfriendly territory, unfriendly environment in IMF in a 400-seat venue. I mean, how are you going to be able to now, with the shoe on the other foot, this time walk away with a win and walk away with Soldier and the Foundation's IMF World?
Well, I'm used to going to uncharted territories. I'm on 7 professional DVDs. I've had the pleasure to share the ring with many greats and share the locker room with many greats. The only thing I can say is that uncharted territories is my thing. Okay. And if you think that we're just going to keep this in the ring, as you know, it's a no disqualification anywhere, anytime.
Have you seen 90% of my matches? They're all pretty much hardcore no disqualification matches. So that's in my ballpark, kid.
That's the only match you know how to have. You're not a technical wrestler. You're not.
I don't have to be. You see how big I am?
I don't care how big you are, buddy. I've faced bigger. I've picked up bigger. And just know that you have an F5 in your future.
Oh, whoa. Did I just hear that Tommy the Man Merriman is saying that he's going to F5 you?
You can try. You can try. But I guarantee you that you have a stunner in your future.
Consider
and when
me
it's all
stunned.
said and done.
Consider me stunned.
1, 2, 3. Your winner. And still, IMF World Heavyweight Champion.
Out of all those hardcore matches, man, I think you're a little delirious. Maybe you got a little nut knocked loose in that head of yours. It's not going to be that easy.
Tommy Merriman, let me ask you. Tommy the Man Merriman, let me ask you, what would it mean to you, should you walk away with it, to be the IMF World Heavyweight Champion tomorrow at the Palo Community Center? What would that mean to you?
Well, to be honest with you, Tommy, it'd mean a lot. I'm used to having crazy obstacles come my way and overcome them, and I'm not just saying this would be another notch on my belt. I've had a lot of belts, plenty, maybe not a lot of tag team, but I don't need somebody to help.
Well, listen, you were carrying Brady Branson's weight. So, I mean, listen, can't blame you on that.
Yeah. Well, he made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
I understand, but we'll talk about that up north when you come back on next time up north. But right now we're here in Iowa.
But for me, it would mean everything. Coming into uncharted territories, whooping their champion's ass, and then walking away as I'm driving home, staring at this title and be like, it's ugly. I may even give it back to you. Who knows?
I don't know if that was the answer we were all expecting. But, Soldier, you have been extremely impressive the last year. You have been the popular heel monster. I have seen you decimate people, certainly in XCW, ROEW, WCE, IMF. But there is a point that Tommy the Man Merriman is different. Tommy the Man Merriman is one of these guys that, if I could say it, has been a generational talent in XCW. I mean, Tommy the Man Merriman has had wars with some of the greatest to ever do it in the gold standard, to me, of this sport in XCW. You have been extremely impressive, but I guarantee it, this is not going to be King, Josiah. This is not going to be Craven Rage. This isn't even going to be All the Ultra or anybody else you faced, with all respect to them. Talk about how you're going to be able to defeat Tommy the Man Merriman and show that you have really been the man and the true dominant big man of the Midwest.
See, Tommy, you want to sit there and say, I've never faced anybody like you. But you know that you've never fought anybody like me.
That might be true.
I'm not Leon Lutz or whatever his name is. I'm not him. I'm not Parsley or Slater.
Aaron
Again,
Blaze, Richard
I'm
Regal,
not any of them guys. And when
Jackson
I was
Law, even Jackson Law. We know Jackson.
yeah, and I beat Jackson Law in RAW.
Me too.
So,
Jackson Law is pretty easy guy
Hi,
to beat.
Jackson
man.
Law. Hi, you're in our Hall of Fame, so this is no knock on Jackson at least. But go ahead, continue.
but I'm just gonna tell you right now, when the bell rings, you're gonna know that you fucked up, accepting this challenge. And I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk out of Palo as the IMF World Heavyweight Champion. And you're gonna drive your little ass back to Illinois or Indiana with no title, with your tail between your legs. And you have to go back into that locker room in XCW and be like, oh, well, the IMF whooped our asses again.
Well, you know what? Before I come back to you guys for a few more minutes, we have about 5 or 10 more minutes with the guys. Obviously, Omen Black and Deceive Damian Sane are going to be here. But also, I want to say to Michael Blackheart, who's here. Obviously, Michael's going to be in the ring this Sunday with Festus Davis, Michael Christian, the final match of Festus' career. He loves talking to you. Great wrestling, even better dad. Tyler Ark, I don't know why Big Bad Silver Wolf is any at all relevant. I do want to say hello to Ethan Sorensen. James Taylor is here, the nemesis. We just wanted to say hello to those people. But I want to give you guys a different opportunity before I get to final thoughts and go to the main event in a second. But I want you guys, if you'd like, to ask a question to one another. So you know what, Soldier GP? I'm going with you first because obviously you've made a lot of fair points that in XCW, in Encounters so far, it's been the outsiders that have been defeating the insiders rather overwhelmingly. So I'm going to give you, Soldier, the opportunity to ask Tommy Merriman anything that you want. Well, Tommy Merriman left, but I'm going to bring him right back on. But maybe that's it. I lost him. But okay. Well,
yeah, I got a question. Why'd you leave? There's my question. Why'd you leave?
That's a good question. I don't know that question. Maybe we'll have to find out. If he doesn't come back on, I'll give you then the opportunity while we wait for Mr. Merriman to go to your what the last question I would be is, what do you want to say to anybody that's going to watch you tomorrow at the Palo Community Center at the King of the Center to defend your championship? What do you want to say to anybody coming out to watch you?
Wow. You're going to enjoy a great show with every single match that's going to be on the card. You know, the King of the Tournament, the King of the Center Tournament. You got Omen gonna destroy Damian.
How about CJ Black? He never travels outside. You got him.
Yeah, CJ Black.
I'm excited about that. CJ Black is going outside of his comfort zone. It's pretty cool to him and see.
Yeah, but he's not a fighting champion. He should be defending his title, to be honest. And then, you know, we finally get to see him one-on-one, see if he wants to actually join the family. Because the last time we were all on here, he wanted to run his mouth through the, you know.
He was upset about Jason Storm. Yep,
Yeah,
Jason Storm. Wish
yeah,
Jason knew all about.
So, you know, me and him are going to have some words when he gets there. Let's just say it.
All right, fair enough. And obviously, we're waiting anxiously for Tommy Merriman to return. And Tyler Ark wants to wish you good luck. But if you want to support the event, and you want to get a ticket, you can actually go right now to the YouTube page of IMF Wrestling 666. Also, Facebook, Iowa Midwest Federation Wrestling. Please support these guys. These guys do a great job. I've put so much into this company, so much effort into this promotion, and I'm always proud to support those that go out there and do it for the right reasons. And IMF have done that. Look at the people they've brought in. You got people from all over the Midwest. You've got some of the biggest stars. You've got up-and-comers. You've got champions. You've got everybody else in between. It is an absolute honor to continue to talk to the IMF here. And we have received word from Tommy Merriman. He's lost his Wi-Fi, so I don't know if we're going to go back to him.
That's not the only thing he's going to lose this weekend.
So I would hope that one day we bring Tommy Merriman back, and obviously we get a chance to speak with him. But in the interest of time, because we're going to go to the main event in a second, what would be your closing thoughts to anybody else that's watching or anything else you want to say, champ?
Take note, because after I'm done with Tommy, the open challenge continues. So after Tommy, whoever's next, it could be CJ Black. It could be Chris Craven.
Well, he's here, but I mean, he's here. Obviously, he's watching. He says hello, and he says, you know, he would. I guess either he'd come up there or come on.
Wish, the one person I wish it would be, but he's flaked every time we've talked about it, and he can say he doesn't. That guy right there.
That guy.
And I was doing something yesterday. I was watching the first time I ever was on here, and just look back memories. And I remember him saying on that show that he was going to come wrestle me, and he never showed up. And then he wants to sit there and say he doesn't flake. That's a flake right there.
Mm. Well, you know what? I'm sure that the Nemesis James Taylor, when he decides what he'll be doing in his 2024 wrestling journey, that hopefully he does come out and maybe wrestle you, because I think a lot of people would love. I'd love to see you wrestle. We'll have to see. He's obviously hasn't made his decision. And before I move on and go to the main event, I want to say Ethan Sorensen says good luck on your match. J.R. Wind, the commissioner of commissioners, has arrived. Fire Mark Packer. Yeah, but WC, we're not talking WC right now. They're in the past tense. It's IMF. Well, obviously, we'll certainly see what happens. I'm a little disappointed about Tommy Merriman. I was really looking forward to this, and kind of that's how it goes. But we'll certainly wish you a lot of luck. I'm really looking forward to
that's what happens to, on phone tough guys.
Well, that was somebody said that today actually on the show. We had guys from the UK. It was KR and Necro Daddy Chris Levitt, and they said actually the same thing. And the Tribal Cheese said it happens to him all the time. But obviously, I digress. We'll certainly let you go and go get ready for the match. And thank you for all that you do. And I'm looking forward to having you back on here shortly. And thank you, champ. And that was Soldier GP. And I'm going to bring on here. We're waiting for the man. Of course, it is his show after all. He is the main event. He is Omen Black. And he's going to be in the ring with Damian Saint. Damian Saint is going to be here shortly. So we're looking forward to the main event for the IMF Hardcore Championship. And also, he is here. Damian Saint is flesh in the moon. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. I think we're waiting for Mr. Black. And here he is right on time. It is his show after all. And the hardcore god, the boogeyman of the Midwest, Omen Black. We saved the biggest for last. We saved, obviously, the best match for last, some would say. And I'm turning it over to you, Omen. It's your show. The floor is yours. We're in the main event. Fire away.
Damian, I can't put it past you that you have to get in my way one more time. You see, I was a gentleman. I bought you a ticket for New Year's Vengeance, not knowing that you would attack me. Really, Damian? But you know what? In a way, I should be thanking you, Damian. Thank you. Because now I get to literally end your career, bring down some years on the little thing you call life by stepping in the ring with me one more time, one-on-one. Fuck Matthew Forsaken. We don't need that coward in the match with us. It's just me and you.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I apologize. I was muted. I was just kind of like feeling that whole energy there. And I just, I don't know where the animosity comes from, especially like having you attack me before I even like came after you. So like, what's that say about you? Kind of like hypocritical, right? I mean, you're the boogeyman of IMF, or the boogeyman.
It's me working the system, Damian. If I want to match with you, I'm going to make my presence known. Look at me. I'm all you think about now. You go on social media. I go on social media. We dog each other every day. I'm constantly in your fucking mind.
Yeah, you're living rent free in
You're
my head. I'll
also
give you that.
constantly on my mind.
Yeah. I can feel that. I can feel that energy coming out. And, and it's one of those things, right, where we're going to scrap. We're going to go one-on-one. It's going to be Omen Black versus Damian Saint, the match that you wanted. And it's funny because weren't you in the front row watching me, like, actually do the shit you're dreaming of doing? And I say dreaming because you're still not on my level. Does that make sense? Does it make sense to you that literally 2 hours before our match, I'm going to be wrestling somebody else that's got a name in wrestling, in professional wrestling in this world? Like, no one's ever heard of you. You know what I mean? And you're like trying to step up to me.
Trust me, Damian. That's going to be your downfall. Not taking this too serious. Yeah, you may have a match. That's fine. I hope the guy kicks your ass, but not too much so you can make your sorry-ass drive all the way to Palo and show up for our match. But you know what, Damian? I have one thing over you that you don't have.
What is that?
A win. I have a win over you and Forsaken. That's how I became hardcore champion.
Okay, let's back the train up a little bit, right? You said that you had a W over me. I mean, let's just think about this. There was a light tube table that you set up, and you're like, oh, this is perfect. This is the bed Damien's going to lie in here pretty quick, right? Well, shit, dude. You put fucking Forsaken through that table. And guess who you pinned? Forsaken. You didn't pin me, dude. That's why I'm coming after this championship. I didn't give a shit at first. You know what? I was like, this is just going to be a shit stain on my career. You know what I mean? Like the fucking poop that's on my underwear that I fucking can't get the stain out of. It's just like I keep rubbing it. I keep trying to get rid of it.
You know,
okay, let me ask.
Tom, hold on.
Okay.
You want to sit there and say this is the match that I want.
Yep.
Which is fine.
It is.
But Damien, it's become to the point where it's you who want the matches just as badly as I do. The Heretic wants to face Omen Black. Omen Black wants to face the Heretic, Damien Saint.
Yeah.
See, even on social media, you call me the clown of the circus. Well, guess what? This clown is in the center of your world. All you ever do now is think about me, try to screw over me, try to think of any way you can best me. Damien, I'm telling you right now, as a warning to your parents, I'm going to hurt you permanently.
So we're going to drag family into this, huh? Dude. Your parents have already signed your death warrant, dude. I mean, quite literally, you underestimate me. You know, you see the shirt, right? This person is who inspired me to do this shit. See, I'm
a cancer. A literal
yeah, and
cancer.
Truthfully, I might be the cancer of professional wrestling. I might have said some shit back in the day, might have done some dumb shit. But here I am trying to make up for it by giving you, and I say you, Omen Black, an opportunity to face me, the professional, the one that's been doing this, the one that's been running the show, the best in the Midwest. And I will say it till I'm blue in the face, never given enough an opportunity. And I'm going to do this Saturday at King of the Center, Palo, Iowa. I'm going to become the IMF Hardcore Champion. And that's going to be my first singles champion, like my first singles belt or championship ever. I've won tag team titles, but this is my first singles championship. You know what? That's enough for me to say, hey, I am the best in the Midwest. I can walk around with my chest puffed out. Ooh, I beat Omen Black in a hardcore championship match.
You look at it, it's kind of like for
burying him. I'm not done yet.
You're already having your
done yet.
Speech.
Let me cut you off. I ain't done yet. Your parents signed your death warrant, dog. Like, literally, there's a hole in this backyard at my house, my nice house that I pay for and I live in, and the shithole that you might live in, it's going to be in my backyard, homie. And I'm going to bury your ass, and I'm going to put that fucking tombstone out there and say, Damien's fucking bitch, right on the fucking front side of it.
You promise?
And I'm taking that title. I'm holding on to it forever.
Let me ask you, Damien, a question, because you're going to wrestle twice tomorrow. You're going to wrestle before we see you at the Palo Community Center.
Yeah.
Tell the audience, from your vantage point, why that would be an advantage for you that you've already wrestled once prior to your match. Because that's, again, doesn't happen often. I've interviewed a couple of guys in the UK who've done it. Talk to me, though, about why this would be an advantage for you going into tomorrow in the main event.
Gives me a warm-up. Once again, like I said, I'm going up. Hey, I labeled myself best in the Midwest, and the person I'm going against quite literally is probably the best they have to offer in the Midwest right now. So getting that warm-up opportunity just goes to show when I get ready to put you to sleep and put you in that hole in the backyard, dude, it's over for you. I'm telling you. Just wait until you fall asleep, because it's going to happen. You're going to go to sleep. Snooze.
And for you, Omen Black, obviously the boogeyman of the Midwest, it is your show. I mean, this may be one of your bigger tests to date. You've obviously you've vanquished a lot of people that have come on this platform, but they don't have the resume of a Damien Saint. I've even said it here on the show. Some would say that this is kind of the make or break match if you win this match, then we can see you with the likes of a Jimmy Controversy, Mikey Anarchy, the names that a lot of people here want to see you go up against. But this might be the test to see if you're ready for controversy, if you're ready for anarchy, if you're ready for a Mac 10 or a hardcore. So I'm giving you the floor, Omen Black, because once again, we have more Wi-Fi connection that's killing people here.
You know what? You're right, Tom. This is a true testament of what I can do. This match with Damian Saint, it will be a true test of what I can do with the likes of Jimmy Controversy, Mikey Anarchy, Hardcore, Mac 10, others. But the one thing I got to get past through is Damian Saint. But I've done it before. I've done it. He doesn't want to admit that, you know.
Sorry, I pulled a Merriman.
Taking a spin.
That was a good
boy.
one. I gotta say, that was a good one.
So I think Merriman's actually like a good dude, unlike this guy I'm fucking sitting.
He still didn't get the
Tommy
job
Merriman
done.
very well. I'm pleading the fifth.
He wants to claim he's the best in the Midwest, but yet he hasn't beaten me. See, I've been putting my body on the line to be what I am today.
Yeah.
I've been putting my body on the line to get the attention of Jamie Controversy and Mikey Anarchy. Hell, I put my body on the line just to get your attention, Damian. And it worked. I played the system. I played you. And now I got exactly what I want.
Yeah. That's fair. Just remind you, like those names you shouted out, they're superstars on your level, right? Right? Is that correct?
I mean, you want to count somewhat national, I guess. Something that you're not.
That's fine. But I've faced national. I've gone toe-to-toe with Gangrel in a tag team match. I've gone one-on-one with a former MMA champion, Dan Severn. So
we all know Dan Severn now.
I'll give you that one.
If we're gonna like count tabs here and like who's the best, like, yeah, I might have. It's just like a little blip in my career, but like, dude, how many people can say that? And I know you can't. I'll tell you that right now. When it comes to,
but hold on, you brought up Gangrel. What happened with that? I'm pretty sure Gangrel dropped you. Am I right?
Put me on my head. That's for sure. That happened. that fucking happened.
Good example.
It's a great example. I think it's a great accomplishment in my career, and I think it goes to show that no matter what you want to sacrifice instead of just trying to do it, you know, maybe put some sacrifice into it instead of just, you know, maybe go train, maybe go do some things. Maybe you'll actually be good, you know?
Oh, man, now I want to hear this whole indie star telling a backyarder to go train, get trained. Hey, I've heard this last 2 months ago when the Steve told my tag team on Soldier GP to get trained. I'm tired of these indie wrestlers like you now.
Whoa.
Getting on here telling people like me that I need to get trained or I'm not worthy. Hell, Damian, I am worthy because I got your attention.
Yeah. You absolutely do. You know, people have demons, right? Is that correct? Like, people have their demons and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
You could say
like,
that.
Right, Tom? Am I wrong?
No, not at all.
Like I said, this guy kind of like had me get into wrestling and like actually perform it because like he's just like a good example of like someone working hard and doing those things to get where you want to be and, you know, become the best in the world. So I'm labeling myself as the best in the Midwest. If he's the devil, then I'm everyone's fucking favorite demon that they think about, you know? And guess what, Omen? Your family, their favorite demon is about to show why you're just a little bitch and how they raise a little bitch. Like, it's going to happen. Your family already thinks that I am
kind of like 5 bitches.
All right, Damien, in the interest of time, let me ask you a question, though, because we saw after New Year's Vengeance, you attacked Omen Black.
Yes, I did.
For the audience, why did you attack the champion when he had just won his match and he was certainly in a state that he was in? Why did you do that?
The only chance he had.
I think it's funny because
the only chance you had.
Dude, and like, truthfully, your family. I think that's a big portion of it, man. I think I'm ready to make this more personal. I think I'm ready to step this game up a little bit here. I think that your mom loves to watch me wrestle. She tried to slap me the last time I was, fucking coming out to the ring. I don't know why. Maybe she's trying to make me her little bitch or something like that. But I'm just saying, like, hey, it's gonna get personal. And your family, they love me, and I can tell. They're giving all their attention to me. They're giving everything that they have and their energy and their thoughts and their feelings. Like I said, they're everyone's favorite demon. You got the angel on the left and the demon on the right. And here, I'm just speaking in their ear about how just glorious it's going to be when I take that title off of you. They're tired of seeing you on top and tired of seeing you make a name for yourself. They're just like, why are you doing this shit? Why are you walking a line that just doesn't exist? You're walking this fake line, dude. You think that you're gonna make it somewhere, right? And do all these things like we hey, don't get me wrong, like other wrestlers do, but you're walking this line that just isn't doable for you. And they're trying very hard to tell you that you just shouldn't do this shit anymore, And they're just thinking about their favorite demon, whisper in their ear saying, Omen Black ain't shit. And Omen Black is gonna be buried in Damien's backyard for it's over for you. Your career is over.
Are you saying the likes of Omen Black have disrespected veterans like yourself who've been
Correct.
in this game? Is that what you're saying? Tell us why.
Absolutely. 1,000%.
Oh my God.
Well, tell us why.
Dude, it's all about this being a fan and just wanting to put yourself out there in front of me. Like you think you're bigger than me. You think you're better than me. And I can't stand it when people want to act and want to play and act like they think they can do this shit, dude. I'm sorry, but it's time to bury your career and end this Omen Black bullshit once and for all. And then I'll just take down IMF and take on the heavyweight champion and take that belt too.
All right. In the interest of time, because obviously we all want to see the main event itself. And if you want to, again, if there's a few tickets still remaining, you can go to the IMF Facebook page, Iowa Midwest Federation Wrestling. Check them out on YouTube, please. IMF Wrestling 666. I'm proud to have endorsed the event. I've obviously donated to buy a ticket. So if you're out there, you want to go to the show, you don't have the money, I will personally buy the ticket for you. I will buy another ticket for you. So if you're out there, you want to go to the show, I will personally make sure you can go out to the show. So I want to put that out there. This is a must-see match. A lot of people have been wanting to see it. I want to see it after what we saw at Winter Clash, at New Year's Vengeance, and this is the match everybody's talking about in this sport. But in the interest of time, I want to give both of you the opportunity to ask one another a question, one more question before we get to closing thoughts. So I'm going to go with you, Mr. Saint, first. And is there anything that you'd like to ask the champion, Omen Black, before I turn it over to him?
Do you understand what you're in for tomorrow? That's the question I have. That's the only question I have.
Oh, Damien, I've been waiting for this day ever since New Year's Vengeance. Begging. I've been marking my calendar every day, just begging for it to be closer and closer. And yet, now my wish is granted. It's tomorrow. Less than 24 hours where I get my hands around your goddamn throat.
Yeah, maybe, if you can catch me.
Okay. Mr. Black, it's your show, and it's obviously you're the boss, so I'm giving you the opportunity to ask Damien.
You like that power right there,
I'm giving you the opportunity to ask Damien Saint anything on your mind before tomorrow night.
I don't have to ask him a question. I don't care to ask him a question. I just want you ready, Damien. I want you to get ready in that car ride from wherever the fuck you're wrestling, bumfuck Iowa, wherever the fuck it is.
Jesus. Sure.
Just be ready.
I told you I'll be ready, dude. I told you to be ready what you're in for tomorrow, and I don't think you understand what's going to happen. I really don't think you understand.
From what I saw at Winter Clash, You're no better than Craven Rage.
I hope he loses too. I saw that.
This is somebody that really should my advice would be kind of like those that say basically kids don't do drugs. Like this person should not say a comment at all.
Oh,
It's
he puts the down and Debbie Downer.
He's like, Omen, I hope you lose your match tomorrow.
If you saw
Well,
his
hot, but hope.
Yeah.
I get what you meant.
He's an idiot.
Those are your. I mean, technically they'd be your fans.
That's your fan. What are you talking about? How's that my fan?
Mostly, I'm the one walking into your company.
And by the way, he put the same comment 3 times over.
Oh damn! Okay, that's even 3 times. That's bigger than one.
I wanted to put that.
I don't know. Omen can do math.
So he misspelled 3 times.
I think your keyboard is frozen.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about, dog? It's like, once again, let's go full circle. I'm sorry, not to take up the subject. I just want to finish off on this.
Sure.
You're talking about like living rent, like you're literally talking about you being in my head. Did you hear what you had to say? You didn't even ask me a question, dude. Did you hear what you had to say when I said, do you think you're ready or know what you're in for tomorrow? And you just you spewed out all this shit. So you're already feeling it. I'm just sitting here nonchalantly on my couch in my nice house. I'm chilling. I'm fucking drinking a drink over here, just, an adult beverage for the night, smoking some, grass, whatever, cashing in, and like, you're just sitting here literally thinking about me and how you're going to put your foot down and shit, right? Are you going to put me through a table? Because I've put you through a table twice now at this point, and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting and hoping for it. And I'm just like, fuck, man. Yeah, what the fuck's going on? But you know what? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
It's kind of easy to get put through a table when you get bum rushed after your match, but yeah.
Fuck. Hey, you could have jumped out of the way. All I'm saying is,
no, the dog was barking. The hedges were on fire. Typical excuse. I'm the best in the Midwest. Claimed it. You can't use it.
You're funny. You're making me laugh, dude, because it's like one of those things of, hey, I'm the one coming down beneath myself to cater to you. And to your company, and I'm about to take it over. I don't think you understand the end game that I have here. I'm literally going to hold every single fucking belt in your federation. That's what's going to fucking happen. And then I'm going to take over.
How come you didn't win?
Forsaken decided to hit me and threw me out of the ring.
Dude, that's typical indie wrestler right there. Putting the blame on someone else.
Yes.
You don't want to admit that I was just better than you. I found the right moment at the right time to take that win from you, and you walked away from Union Station and Winter Clash, tail between your legs. Damn, this yarder just beat me.
Yeah.
You know what it is, my man.
All right, so obviously, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we've certainly heard enough in that tomorrow it's going to be one for the ages, the main event for the IMF Hardcore Championship. Obviously, the heretic Damien Saint is going to see if he can claim that IMF Hardcore Championship, win his first singles title, and then take more championships, whether it's Mephisto's U.S. title, whether it's Soldier GP's World Championship, should he get past Tommy the Man Merriman. Although, judging off Tommy the Man Merriman's Wi-Fi, I would say Soldier GP probably has the edge tomorrow. But
you lost that.
I was going to say, at this point, I think Soldier may have the edge, but we will have to find out. Or will Omen Black continue to show why he is the hardcore god, the boogeyman of the Midwest, and the next stop might be looking at you, Jimmy freaking Controversy, looking at you, Mr. Light Tube, Mikey Anarchy, who we can play Connect the Dots with your back. Maybe you, Obey, maybe you won't be able to pull out a gun because you won't be able to be as quick next time.
Obey's a different story. I don't want a gun pulled on me like you said.
I was trying to hype you up. Well, Hardcore, Mr. Hardcore.
No, I don't want that.
Well, or Hardcore, who certainly gave Madman Pondo all he could handle, or maybe even Carnage Cup participant Mac 10. We'll have to find out all of that for sure. But until then, let's get to closing thoughts. Floor is yours.
Yep. Sorry, but the boogeyman thing, where'd that come from? I know I'm asking another question, but I'd rather ask
you can say anything you want before closing thoughts. God.
Yeah. Where's the boogeyman come from, dog?
It's just what I do in the ring. No man should be able to do that to another human being in the ring.
Did you know the boogeyman usually has its own boogeyman?
if you're gonna go with this whole mythological history lesson bullshit or talk down to me like an indie wrestler, please be my guest. But I'll leave real quick to use the restroom.
It's there's the naturals in wrestling, right? Like the naturals, the ones that can do it all and know what they're doing. Have you ever seen someone that's supernatural in wrestling, though? Because that's what you're about to get your fucking ass into, dog. I'm telling you right now. It's fucking coming. Mythical, whatever you want to call it, dude.
Spells, witchcraft.
You're the clown in the carousel. There's right in the middle, watching the fucking, carousel go round and round in that circus.
I'm not scared. You're helping.
Right up here. I'm right here. I'm already up here, dude. I'm already in your head, dude.
You were just about to say yourself, I'm already there in your head too.
Oh shit. Well, you got me there. But guess what? I'm still winning the title tomorrow. Pinning you 1, 2, 3 after I put you to sleep. Bury your ass. King of the Center. Palo, Iowa, be there because you're gonna see Omen Black be defeated by the one and only Damian Saint.
What you said last time.
Well, do you have any final thoughts, Mr. Saint, before I turn it over to Omen Black?
No.
Do you have any more thoughts? Okay. All right. We appreciate that. We thank you for your time. We'll certainly see what happens tomorrow in Palo. Omen Black, it's your show. I'm giving you the floor. I'm giving you some closing thoughts. Anything else you want to share or say to the audience before they see you and Mr. Saint in the main event tomorrow? The floor is yours.
I got to get the Hulk Hogan going. Hold on. Oh. I'm listening. I'm here.
I'm going to be like your fan, Tyler Ark. I really hop you in your match tomorrow night before me, so you have at least somewhat of a good day.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Who said he was my fan?
He's not my fan. He wants me to lose. Obviously, that's a heretic fan right there.
You said IHOP guy. That's fucking funny. Sorry. I think, it's entertaining because I'm just fucking listening to this joker fucking make comments and I don't know what to say back.
Maybe we'll just move away from that. And
you've been doing it all night. You've been doing it the whole time you've been on Sportswire. Every time I say something, you're responding. You're responding to everything I'm saying.
So I think that's a sign, ladies and gentlemen. The talking is over. Everything you've heard from our first ever match to Sean Jovi, to Mephisto, to Ace Diamond, Craven Rage, quote unquote, Soldier GP, Darkron, Matthew Forsaken, and I guess a cameo appearance of Tommy the Man Merriman, and obviously Omen Black and Damian Saint in the main event, the match everybody's talking about here. And if you want to go one more time and buy a ticket, Iowa Midwest Federation Wrestling, YouTube, IMF Wrestling 666. Also, check them out on Instagram, IMF_wrestling. Fellas, I want to thank you guys so much for your time. I'm looking forward to watching the show. I'm looking forward to having you guys back on, seeing the aftermath about what happens in March coming up. And thank you guys for your time. And I think we're all excited and the talking is done. So we'll see what happens.
I think Damien had one more thing to say.
One more. Yeah, please. I'll let him have the floor and I'll shut up.
You had something to say.
Nope. Go ahead. No, I want to hear you. Because I have been. I'll give you the floor.
Oh,
please say your piece.
I thought you had something to say.
I thought we were done. I thought we
else
had
to say to you.
That's why I said thank you everybody for your time. We just want to watch you guys in the ring at this point. I think that the talking is over. I think that we want to see it. That's it. The talking's done with. Let's see the action. I think the people, they want to see it, and I wish everybody the best of luck. And I can't wait. And obviously, we've endorsed the show. And if anybody wants to go to the show, certainly let me know, and I will, make it a possibility. And in the meantime, we wish you guys all the best. I can't wait to have you guys back on next month, talk about the aftermath of it, and let's see what happens. And thank you guys for your time, and have a great night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was here a slew of stars here in our first ever match. Also, to kick things off, we had Omen Black, of course, the boogeyman of the Midwest, our hardcore god, also 7th member of our Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, talking about his match. Also, we had here Craven Rage, the former ruler of the yard. We had Mephisto, Ace Diamond. We also had Sean Jovi, Darkron, Matthew Forsaken. We also had Mephisto. We also had, to kick things off, Joe Stone, Freddie Daniels, and Felix Jones. If you're on sportswireradio.org, you're going back to your regularly scheduled programming. If you're on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, I'll be back here tomorrow with the Puerto Rican Prince, Angel Santiago. 9 o'clock Eastern time. Angel Santiago has a lot to get off his chest. He's going to be wrestling, by the way, Mikey Anarchy June 4th for his TF Crew YouTube Championship. And apparently, February 21st, he's going to be a part of Celebrity Boxing. He's going to tell us all about that here and some in his own alliance with Jimmy freaking Controversy. So you're not going to want to miss tomorrow night, the Puerto Rican Prince, Angel Santiago. He makes his long-awaited return to Sportswire Radio, and I have no doubt you're going to see and know what you're going to see more surprises ahead of with that. But until then, thank you, everybody. Thank you to the IMF for a great event, and I thank you for those that are listening and watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one global radio station is Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters.